Good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys for coming through. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna ask. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, let everybody else know that we are live. Thank you very much. As always, we are so close to our 1,000 subscriber count. I can't wait till we make it there, guys. You already know what we have given, what our beautiful giveaway is. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to go ahead and remind you in case in case you forgot. Uh, which beautiful giveaway we're giving. I can't go a day without talking about it. See, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, our signed Tua Tagovailoa on-field jersey stitched. This jersey is the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and you are able to go ahead and get that no matter who you are. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Keep hitting that like button. Let everybody else know that we are live. Today, we're going to go ahead and recap the suspended game versus the Dolphins and the Jags. And we're also going to give you our 53-man roster prediction. Why? Because tomorrow at 4 p.m., all teams must go from 90 players to 53 players. They changed that rule this year to allow both the teams and the players to get the opportunity to get maximum view from the teams that they were currently in. So I wanted to go ahead and just do it as bright and early today. You can think of this as a preemptive motivational Monday, because this game was rough, not gonna lie. And I was live. I'm still here live in Jacksonville, guys. Hence the no, none of my beautiful stuff, but try to wear as much Dolphins gear so you can still see. Okay. But yes, guys, we're gonna discuss those two things. Why? Because well, they're important. Today, you're gonna see a lot of trades. Today, you're gonna see a lot of movement throughout the teams. A lot of players are gonna get cut as well today, well before tomorrow 4 p.m.'s deadline. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. But let me go ahead, as always, remind you guys and appreciate you guys. Let's keep it clean, previous kids, so that everyone can go ahead and take a look and have fun with us. And as I always say, we win together, we lose together. Dolphins Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get into this. Just want to say good morning to everybody. We got Green Rat in the building. First up, Fins up. How you doing, Green Rat? Dolphins, state of mind, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm not worried about this team. The Miami Dolphins will have an amazing season this year and will definitely be contenders. And good morning to you, Miss Fins. Fins up. Let's go. Yes. Thank you, Dolphins, state of mind. Good morning, Curtis. Welcome. Good morning. Chef Jew, my man. Oh, my God. Dude. I love you. I've been trying to do something special for you, which is why you haven't gotten what you're gonna get. So, but regardless, you still it's yours. So we'll talk about that later. Anyways, thank you so much for coming through, Chef Jew. It's nice to see you here in the morning again. Good morning, Lady Dolphin fans, Fins, and everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Check your pulse. Yeah, it's my first pulse check this brand new season, so I'm very excited. Adam S, welcome. Fins up, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going. I'm going to thank you already for the jersey. Okay, good luck. That's all I gotta say. Nathaniel Ross, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, buddy. How you doing today? How are you doing? Oh Lord, um, this is so funny. This kind of reminds me of a movie. Oh, anyways, let me continue before I get in trouble. Oh Lord, it is a very bright early morning. I was up last night till 2:30 in the morning with the guys from TFTD, and my Lord, that was just crazy. And I just they the tailgate that never sleeps really doesn't sleep. Jeez, they really don't. So this is what makes it a little bit difficult sometimes in the morning whenever I do stay up with them. But we're up. We're Adams. You know, I told you guys that we're gonna be going Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. Again, once the season starts, I figured I wasn't gonna do it today, but then I'm like, wait, I didn't get a chance to do my prediction, the 53-man roster, and I'm like, I can't go into a season without my prediction. Like that makes no sense. So, therefore, in addition to and whatever else you would put if this was an essay, I figured let's go ahead and just do the Monday show and get her started. You know what I mean? Guys, if you can do me a favor, hit that like button for me. I'm just trying to make sure I fix this for us because we want loyal subscribers here. You know what I mean? Because every single sub, every single like, every single donation really does go into the show. You know what I mean? It goes into the show. That was the topic we were talking about last night. Sometimes, we do certain things for you guys and might not be might not seem like it's a lot, let's just put it that way, but it really is. um, but we still appreciate each and every single one of you guys, so thank you for what you do, and I just wanted to say that. Say thank you. Michelle, my girl, how you doing? Good morning, everyone. Fins up. See Humful, welcome. Fins up, family. Yes, yes, yes. Mudbone, I saw you last night, sir. Thank you so much, Fins up. Atmos Fins. You think we get JT and signing a man to an extension? I'm gonna leave that question. I'm gonna highlight it, Michelle, and I'm gonna answer it later. I just want to make sure that I what do you call it? I get through what we want to talk about first, and then kind of go through that. My other post just disappeared. If you posted something, I'll tell you this. If you posted something, I don't do it, but YouTube will, if there's any inappropriate language, it will block whatever you may have said. So do keep that in mind. And if you do write something that's inappropriate, it will automatically, or if it thinks it's spam, it'll automatically block it. Like, I'm not doing it. I got too much to try to figure out and do at the same time that I can't be keeping up with all of that. Curtis, good morning. I'm definitely worried about this team, especially on the offensive line and linebacker position. We're going to talk about all that. Trust me. Jeremiah, good morning. Good Monday morning, Miss Fins. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Todd, welcome. Good morning. Hello, everyone. So now we say hello to everybody in here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start out with the first one because I want to get it out the way. Look, I flew to Jacksonville. This is my very first away game where I know it's preseason, whatever. It's still a game. It was still money. You know what I mean? But oh my gosh, it was. I have to drop. I don't know how because I'm so busy with work today that I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. I'm gonna be dropping a series of shorts showing you guys what the Jags do for their. Or maybe I might try to put it all in one video. Anyways, the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, the way they treat their fans. Side note, no freaking girl. I know we talked about this last year. This was a topic at hand. The way that the Jacksonville Jaguars treat their fans, what they do for the fans while they're at the game. Oh my God. I was blown away. I was like, does this happen everywhere? Wait, why, why are but mm, my God, ladies and gentlemen, it is so much fun. I mean, they're giving away mini helmets. They're giving away autographed jerseys. They're giving away, I mean, a ton of stuff. Oh, and their T-shirt tots is not some random dude that could only throw 20 feet. Yes, I said it because I've been in the stadium long enough to know they can never get to the to the 300 section ever. A and B. Every time they throw, oh, it'll go up and it come 3 aisles down. It's like, dude, you're not even throwing it. No, they got real cannons for a real T-shirt toss, and they're out here, and not just one. They got like four of them. two on each side. So you know they're really taking care of their fans, throwing like shirts every. And guys, the fan experience is a real thing, okay? And they should invest in their. I know I'm totally going off topic, but I have to say it. That's how awesome it was being there. And I'm an away fan. You know what I mean? And it was just great. They had an actual pool, people. That was another thing I just couldn't believe. I like when I turned around, I was like, "Is that a pool? Is that a mom with her baby?" Wow, this I was stunned. You know, I'm not saying get a pool, but get a real t-shirt cannon is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Anyways, so the fan experience there is phenomenal. The hype people, they're phenomenal. I mean, this dude, I'm just I'm gonna say I'm a little jelly. You know what I mean? As a Dolphin fan, they do nothing for the fans at Hard Rock Stadium, which is sad because they used to. Now they're so they pretend like let me not say let me not say it. 'Cause, my God, if I say what I really want to say, it will no longer be the Miss Finn show. So let me move on from that. Back to the game. Ladies and gentlemen, what a rough one. It was roughity rough. Okay. Oh, sorry, I got a message here. Hey, all right, guys, give me 1 second, cause this is work. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Anyways, so as far as the team and the team stats, obviously you had your yes to a play, but it was look your main excuse me players. It was Bethard and Skylar Thompson. Those were the two that really were the main ones. Obviously, you saw the starters play and they started out. You had Tua go 4 for 6, 67 yards, average 11.2. Um, you saw Trevor Lawrence 8 for 10, 92 yards, average 9.2. So they came in, did their stuff, got their feet wet. That was essentially it. You also got a chance to see the third string quarterbacks too. For us, Blackman, he went 2 for 2, 22 yards, 11 average, and for the Jaguars, Nathaniel Rourke, 4 for 6, 74 yards, average 12.3. So not too bad. But the main guys that played for both teams were again Skylar Thompson and Beathard, CJ Beathard. For us, Skylar went 15 of 24, 135 yards, average 5.6, and two interceptions. CJ Beathard went 8 for 10, 134 yards, 13.4 average, one touchdown. Um, Now, at least our pocket did keep all of our guys clean. There was zero sacks. Our defense was able to get 2 sacks on them, so that was actually very, very exciting. Let's see here. As far as our rushing is concerned, my friend who I went with, she loves Travis Etienne. And I'm like, whatever, but he actually is a good player. 8 carries, 39 yards average, one touchdown. They had Tank Gip Bigsby also be very productive for them. 6 carries, 37 yards, 6.5 average. Dearness Johnson went 6 carries, 26 yards, 4.3 average with one touchdown. Jermichael Hasty, 2 carries, 16 yards, 8 average with one touchdown. So those were the main guys. For us, we had Savon Ahmed, 4 carries, 43 yards, 10.8 average. He had a breakout one for 42, which was awesome. Chris Brooks, man, this kid is special. He went 6 carries, 33 yards, 5.5 average, 2 touchdowns. So that was great to see from him as well in his showcasing. So that way he can try to get a roster spot. Miles Gaskins went 6 carries, 23 yards, 3.8 average. Moster did 4 carries, 7 yards, 1.8 average. So that's essentially it when it comes to our running. Our running for both teams. Let's see here, because I want to make sure I go in and out, in and out, in and out. Let's see here. Good morning, Todd. Welcome. Who do you think is gonna start as cornerback? Says Curtis. I'm gonna leave that for when we talk about the 53-man roster. So thank you, Curtis, for that. Scotty, Miss Finch, you didn't drive. You flew to Jacksonville. Yes, I flew to Jacksonville. It was an hour flight. No way am I driving 5.5 hours to almost 6 hours to come up here. No, not gonna happen. Uh, were Todd, were you at the game? Were you sitting with me? Were there? Oh, you were. Both of you guys were there. That's awesome. I was in section 130, so that was pretty cool. Edward, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. Ryan AP, welcome. Good morning. Also, the chance to see the run stop defense looks like without Wilkins and Sealer. Yeah, that was that was interesting. Um, but yeah, I was in section 130 row K, so I was really, really like I was practically on the field. Like, yeah, that was exciting. I'm not gonna lie, that was very much exciting. Let's see here. Okay, okay. Let's continue because I want to make sure I get you guys, all the stats here, see, because I know we have a lot of statisticians or guys that like all the stats and things like that. I'm just gonna hit up the highlights. I'm not trying to go through everybody. As far as receiving, Craycraft, he was active, 5 receptions, 52 yards, 10.4 average, pretty good. Tyreek, yeah, 132. It's Tyreek. I'm not surprised. Craycraft was 5 of 8, so that's not too bad. Gaskins was 5 of 5 for 30 yards. Cedric Wilson was 2 of 5 for 29 yards. Barrios 1 of 1 for 16. Chosen 1 of 3 for 15. Eric Izukama was 2 of 2 for 15. The Moster 1 of 1 for 11, and Chris Brooks 1 of 1 for 11. As far as the rest, there are a couple other guys, but not a big deal. As far as for Jacksonville, 1 of 2 for Tim Jones, who has 74 yards and a touchdown. Seth Williams, 2 of 2 for 50. Calvin Ridley, great receiver, 3 of 3 for 50. Elijah Cooks, 3 of 4 for 35. Luke Farrell, 2 of 2 for 24. And Yada, because Jacksonville, I don't really care. I'm a Dolphins fan. Uh, Connor Williams with a fumble, ladies and gentlemen. I just couldn't believe it. Kendall Lamb did recover one fumble, and Javon Holland also recovered a fumble. Why? Because Tank Bisbee fumbled and Nathaniel Rourke fumbled as well. So they had their issues. As far as defense, guys, I'm gonna tell you my favorite play of the game, and it was a penalty. And I don't care what anybody tells me. In a regular game, that would have been, well, that was a semi-regular game. It would have been a flipping sack and a beautiful sack at that. But when Jalen Phillips came out from the outside and made that move. And the guy literally had to like choke him to keep him away from the quarterback. I was like, here comes all those beautiful sacks this season. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So even though it was a penalty on Jacksonville, obviously clear holding, that move that he made and the fact that he was so good at getting back there, I was very happy, very very happy. Listen, Van Ginkle, 6 tackles, three solo and a QB hit for him. Noah Egbenogany, 5 tackles, 3 solos, good for him. Cat Smith, 4 tackles, 3 solos, and also a pass deflected. Uh, I mean, defense was doing their thing. There's nobody that really stood out too much. As far as them, Vitrell Miller, 5 tackles, 4 solo, a QB hit, and Eric Hollett, 4 tackles, 4 solo, and a pass deflection. And Trayvon Walker, 4 tackles, 2 solos, and Quartermain, he had 4 tackles, 1 solo, one pass deflection. Again, the rest don't even matter. This was very, very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. And there's more stats, but it's preseason. I'm not gonna talk about it. Look, first quarter, I almost don't even want to go because it kind of hurts me just talking about it. But ladies and gentlemen, this was it's a rough game, man. It was a rough game. It really was a rough game. Um, and the main reason why, because you had your starters were looking a little bit not so good, and your backups were looking not so good either for the Dolphins. So you had 348 total yards in offense for Miami, 56 total plays, and 21 first downs. Jacksonville had 413 total yards, 54 total plays, and 25 first down. As far as time of possession, they had 26 minutes. We had 25. So it was like literally pretty much that even when it comes to that. Um, yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, as far as third down efficiency, Dolphins were 2 of 9, Jags were 3 of 6. As far as fourth down, we were 3 of 3, and they were 1 of 1. So we did better in fourth down than we did in third down, which is weird. But I know why, because Matt McDaniel's a very aggressive head coach. So I do expect us to go on fourth down a lot this season. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this: the game was ugly. It was absolutely ugly, and I mean absolutely ugly. I don't know. I can't even tell you what. I will say this: that one defensive play at the very beginning in the Jacksonville first drive, they get it down to the first or second yard line, if I'm not mistaken, and our guys punch it out right before they cross the line for a touchdown. And it was on my side. That was a beautiful sight to see. It was a beautiful sight to see. I'll tell you that. That made me very happy. Very happy. Um but the rest, nothing new. We saw what we already expected. Backups being backups. I don't know if anybody really stood out that I would say, oh, they really solidified themselves, because they ended up just honestly just being backups. Like, it is what it is. We did sustain 3 injuries that are not good. Obviously, everybody knows about Daywan Davis. He's the main one. I have a short, actually, video, because where I was is the tunnel that the Dolphins came out of and went back in, and you could literally see him, you know, post hit while they're carting him off. So if you want to check that out, go check out my shorts and you'll be able to see it. But he essentially faced concussion. He's in concussion protocol. Thankfully, they went ahead and let us know that all of his extremities were moving. Um, he was conscious, so that's a good thing. We don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, he's listed as questionable. He's going to be day to day as far as overall assessment, but he is in concussion protocol at this time. We also had Savon Ahmed, had a head injury. It was more like a rib and head injury because that hit was nasty to his midsection, and then they like trample him, and it was pretty bad. I knew the second that he got hit, I'm like, nope, he's coming out. So he's also considered day to day as well. And then Elijah Campbell, man, I feel so bad for him. He was actually doing really good as a safety for us, and he was carted off the field Saturday's preseason game. Um, he did avoid, thankfully, an ACL injury. Now they are assessing him still according to that, but he definitely did injure his knee somehow. They're gonna be doing more X-rays and more analysis to see at the end of the day. But those were the three major injuries that we sustained. That's not good, especially when you're talking about the 53-man roster. That is a bummer. So you definitely don't want to see a guy go through all that the way that he did. Um, Let me see here. Give me one second, guys. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I just need to make sure that I do something here real quick. Sorry. Okay. There you go. I got to pay bills still. This is so yeah. So that was pretty much a recap, guys. I don't want to take any more time for that because it is what it is. We obviously because of the day they suspended the game. Both teams decided, coaches and players, that third season preseason they didn't want to end. They didn't want to take a chance in more injuries, and the guys weren't really into it after that. I will say this though. I remember the day when a player would get injured and the teams would still play and and it would kind of fire up that that hurt player's team to, really win it for their guy. And that's going away, and it's kind of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a bummer because not because I want to watch football, because that feel good moment, of being able to still play for your guy. He's injured and kind of show up for him, show him the love by winning. Um, I feel like that's pretty much gone now throughout the NFL. And I get it. If you play out there and you lose, oh, they probably should have been out there, but that's just the name of the game. That's what they sign up for. So that's just what I want to say. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, EM, creeping in here. Welcome, sir. Welcome. So let's see here. Now, as far as what we really want to talk about is the 53-man roster prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Look, right now, we got a few things to really worry about or deal with, if you will. You know what I mean? Um, Let me see something real quick. Okay. I don't know what that means. But okay. As far as the teams are concerned, we're gonna go over who we think is gonna make it, obviously, and who we don't think is gonna make it. Because at the end of the day, I mean that's the whole point of the 53-man roster. So why not? You know what I mean? Like that's literally the whole point. So right now, as far as let's start it from wide receivers because yeah, why not? Let's start with wide receivers. I think it's kind of really difficult to know who wide receiver one is. At this point, it's really a toss up in the air as to who would be wide receiver one. Just kidding. I mean, come on, it's obvious. It's River Creek Crab. No, just kidding again. It is Tyreek. We know this. I mean, anybody that like you already know it's gonna be Tyreek. That's gonna be the one to be the wide receiver one. I don't really think that's gonna be any sort of a. Okay. I don't think it's gonna be any shock for us. You know what I mean? If you were to actually see, if you were to actually see, uh, Tyreek, because obviously he's the first one. So you got Tyreek, you got Jalen Waddle. As far as the number three wide receiver, which I was kind of contemplating, but then I felt like it since my last training camp day that I saw, as well as who was actually playing. I figured it'd be pretty nice to just go ahead and go with it. Like let's not pretend like it's not going to be Braxton Berrios, man. We got one with Tyreek, number two, Jalen Waddle, number three, Braxton Berrios. Those are the one, two, three that I have specifically as far as the wide receivers. Um, the backups, which is really the ones that were had to do it. I think, I mean, as a slot receiver, Barrios to me is, and he's also special teams. Um, so it's gonna be that's a given for me. I don't know about you, but that's at least for me. Sorry, I just got a response. I need to respond to this because well, we still gotta pay bills. So okay, okay. There. So that's it. That's your one, two, three, in my opinion, as far as wide receivers. Your backups. Honestly, it's Cedric Wilson, guys. We're not getting rid of this man. No one's taking his contract. We know we're stuck with him. He actually looked pretty good yesterday in the game. And to be honest, well, not yesterday. You know what I mean? Saturday or Friday. What day? Saturday. Saturday. He's gonna be our other wide receiver. This is we're stuck with him. Okay. As far as the rest of the players that are available, essentially, I mean, you have again the four that to me are solidified: Jalen, Tyreek, Braxton Berrios, Cedric. Okay, those are to me like the guaranteed four. But then you still have a ton of other players that have a potential of being into the actual team. That would be River Craycraft, you got Ruby Chosen, you got Easy E, Braylon Sanders, Kiki Cody, David Davis, Chris Coleman. All those players were vying for that fifth, sixth spot as wide receiver. You know what I mean? So for me, as far as all of those who really stood out this entire offseason, to me, I really like Easy E. I'm very happy with what I've seen so far with him. He's still developing, but I still think he is pretty good for what we need, in my opinion. The other one is going to be Chosen Robbie. Yes, I said it. Be mad all you want. It is what it is. That's what I think it's gonna end up being. I really do think that Chosen is gonna do it. But Miss Phins, that makes no sense. Why is River Craycraft not making the 52-man roster? Honestly, I think Craycraft. It's a toss up between Craycraft and Eric Ezukama, in my opinion, as far as who will make the final 53. If anything, yesterday's game would kind of tell you that Craycraft seems more like a Skyler blanket, if you will, versus the other wide receivers, because I see him being used way more with Skyler than I do with Tua. So that's the reason why that I'm gonna put it as Eric being the making it as our sixth wide receiver, and then we'll have the other guys as far as what do you call it? Um, practice squad or whatever. So that's for that right there. Then we're gonna go ahead and because that's the whole point of the show, to continue to go down. So that's the wide receivers. That's whom I believe is going to be making it. Okay. Let me go into the most controversial one, which we already know which one it is, and that's gonna be tight end. Ha! Just kidding. But I am gonna go to tight end. There's nothing controversial about it. Durham Smythe is the only tight end. The only legitimate tight end we have is Durham Smythe. Period. Like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, our tight end room is gonna be real skinny, really skinny. Plus, if you think about it, we have players that kind of can be semi-hybrid. We also have um, what's his name? Uh, Alec Ingold. There you go. We also have Alec Ingold as our fullback. He is kind of semi-played that tight end role as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with it's gonna be Durham Smythe. Duh. As far as who makes it as well, Lieutenant Connor, I know he just came up off the injury list. Look, I don't think Tanner's gonna make the team, in my opinion. I really don't. Elijah Higgins, you got Tyler Croft, you got Eric Saubert. So far, Croft is looking more like he would end up being tight end two, and Julian Hill would probably be my last one to round it off. I know that he's maybe not your typical, but to me he's been the most consistent tight end besides Durham has been Julian Hill. So I'm gonna give him the heads up. I only think we're gonna carry three tight ends if we're gonna be honest with you. I don't foresee us picking anybody else. Only because again we still got Engel and he's kind of like that player that could play tight end as well, due to his blocking. So that's why I'm going with three tight ends, guys. Yep, I said it. I'm going with three tight ends. Should we only have three tight ends? Probably not. We should probably have a fourth one. But right now, I'm gonna go with three tight ends because I just don't trust this. I don't trust this team. I don't trust this team when it comes to tight end positions, regardless of my personal feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I do think um, it's going to be him. Let me go back to you guys again. See, I like to check in with you guys and see what y'all are saying. So let me come back here. Da, 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 da. Noob, noob hub. What are we crying about today? Oh my lord, already. Good morning, level two. Would be funny if we did that and the military just called the war. Oh, I'm not sure. I think you're talking to somebody else. I'm keeping Craig over Robbie as the sixth wide receiver. Hey man, you absolutely can. Again, it was a toss up. It was a toss up for me. But I like the experience being that Robbie is a veteran. That's why I chose him over Craycraft. And I think that Easy E is developing into what we're looking for is that big body receiver, and that's why I chose him over Craycraft. We know what we have in Craycraft, and when it comes to a practice squad, you can protect four players at a time, so per week. So I'm not getting rid of Craycraft, but he will be one of my players that I keep protecting, in my opinion. Let's see here. Ryan AP, welcome. In my opinion, our biggest issue is establishing the defensive and offensive line depth. Oh, yeah. Well, I get it. So you got Hill, Waddle, Barrios, Zeke, Wilson, Craycraft. Yeah, I think Chosen is probably the only one that we differentiate. So I get it. We have zero depth at the O line. I get it. I'm gonna get to the O line in a second here. Curtis, Lamb, Feeney, and Jones are solid O line. That's in my opinion. There you go. Good morning, Mr. Butler. How you doing, Miss Fins? Fins. Welcome. Sean Tonsil, welcome. Even though Mostert gets the nod over Ahmed, I think he's a better backup than Mostert. We're gonna talk about running back soon. Let's see here. Easy is an obvious lock. Yeah, for me it is. Tight end room is a crapshoot. Absolutely, absolutely. Here comes delusional Patriots fan. Let's go Dolphins Nation. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support to the Dolphins channel. So there you go. There you go. Um, Let me go back here real quick. Okie dokie. Let's continue. That was the tight end room, guys. That's who I personally think is gonna make the tight end room. How many players is there so far? There's 12. Oh, okay. So we only talked about this. Okay. Now let's go to. Do I want to do running backs right now? Yeah, let's do running backs. Okay. So running backs, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but our number one running back at this point is going to be. Oh my gosh, I did make that mistake. Okay, sorry, guys. It's early in the morning, but we're gonna get this corrected. I see where I made my mistake, and you know what I meant to say. Anyways, you'll see what I mean in a second. So, running back room, ladies and gentlemen. As my running back room, we have right now. So we have several guys actually. We got Moster, Wilson, we got A Chain, we got Ahmed, Gaskins, Brooks. Okay. That's a lot of players when it comes to the practice squad. That's no lie, a lot of players. There's some players that are like over other players who, in my opinion, are absolute locks. There's no way you're not going to keep these guys. You have Mostert as number one, Wilson in number two, and H in at three. I don't think I've changed off of that since I don't know second week of training camp. A Chain has been such a consistent player. Obviously, he still makes rookie mistakes. You expect that, but I love how he hits a hole, and I do love his vision when it comes to the O line. And I think that he's going to be a great addition to this team when it comes to the running back room. But I think he definitely leapfrog Gaskins and Ahmed when it comes to the running back room. And that's our one, two, and three. Oh, sorry, okay. So that's that. As far as our fourth running back, this is the part that's hard. Because you have Ahmed, you have Gaskins, you have Brooks. Ahmed just, I mean, he's got, I don't know, he's, with the injury from the game. Gaskins has been solid throughout training camp. Brooks came out of nowhere. He has been just taking advantage of every moment and opportunity he gets. Chris Brooks is actually one of the most exciting players I got to see, especially in training camp, especially in the preseason games. He is a stocky, in my opinion, can have players hanging on him, and he can still get that extra yard or two. I mean, I'm very excited of what we're gonna see from Chris Brooks. I still don't think he'll make the actual team. I know it's weird. I know. I think he's gonna be one of our protected players for training camp, in my opinion. Chris Brooks, I don't think he makes it. I think we're gonna stick with Ahmed, in my opinion. He'll be rounding out our fourth running back, and that will be him. And side note, I meant Alec Gingo as the fullback, not tight end. So my apologies earlier. As a fullback, he is a great blocker. So we can use him as a blocker and running back, even though he's a fullback. So that's what I meant, not tight end. I don't know why I was thinking of him as a tight end. But he's still a good pass catcher, so that's not too bad. That's who I have rounding out one, two, three, four. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Monday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. If we see a trade happening, and it's who I think it is, then you can forget whatever I just said about the running back because ain't no way, okay? Absolutely no way on earth that this will stay the same. You know what I mean? But I have to go by the players in the team right now, okay? Because yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So that's what I have so far as my running back prediction, okay? So thank you, Scotty, for mentioning the other part. Um, I too am human, but I appreciate you bringing it up. Let's see here. Good morning, Crypto. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. How many trades happening today across the NFL? A ton. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in a day, I feel like the Patriots have done 12 to 13 trades. They have picked up so many. The Cardinals have done 4 trades already. They give up guys for 7 round picks. Like, they swap picks just to get rid of guys and just accumulate as many picks as possible. So, Scotty, yeah, it's gonna be that's why I'm doing this show today, this morning, because this is gonna be a very busy day before tomorrow. Like tomorrow, 4 p.m. I expect most trades to happen today, and then tomorrow, just finalizing the last few. Because at 4 p.m. the league, like I said, they gotta go from 90 to 53. Um, let's see here. So yeah, that's gonna be good. That's definitely gonna be good. Good morning, the feeling. How you doing? Is the deadline midnight tomorrow or some other time? Like I said, it's gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the cutoff that they have to meet. Every single team, they have to cut everybody from the 90 man roster to 53-man roster. Um, so that's it. Let's see here. So, guys, keep hitting that like button for me. Keep hitting the like button as we discuss the 53-man roster prediction. It's a prediction, ladies and gentlemen. It's who I feel. I've gone through several training camps. I think 4 or 5 of them this off season. I've been to two, not one, but 2 preseason games. So I've put hands, literally. Sorry, I put my eyes on these guys and actually have seen them live playing live. So, um, yeah, there you go. And you're right, Scotty. Scotty's right. 4 p.m. Eastern time is typically the deadline because, as you know, New York, that's where the headquarters are at, whatever. But yeah, guys, hit that like button for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Um, I don't even want to talk about QBs right now. Fine, let's talk about QBs. Look, I think this is going to be a very difficult position for everybody to understand. You may like what I say, may not like what I say. I get it. I understand. Oh, before I continue with QBs, yes, I do believe Miles Gaskins is not going to make the 53-man roster. I think he's going to be the odd man out. We already know what we have with him. We know he's a solid player, solid depth for the running back room. I just think we're going to stick to those 4 guys, and I could totally see Brooks and even Gaskins potentially making the practice squad. Um, for us. I definitely do see Brooks. Gaskins, I think if we do play some in the practice squad, I think he's gonna be snatched up, especially with all the injuries going across the league. Um, I think he might actually be snatched up. I know Brooks will definitely be snatched up. Rookie, young player. Oof. Yeah. Yep. I think he's definitely gonna be taken away. So that's why I think Brooks will be protecting the practice squad. Let's continue here with. Oh, I don't. Do I need to mention the fullback? Of course, Alec Ingle is gonna make the team. I guess he would technically be the other back, number 5. So that's why we're not picking up Brooks and Gaskins, in my opinion. Let's go with quarterback. There you go, quarterback. So look, we got 4 quarterbacks in the books right now. We have obviously Totago Valoa, Mike White, Skyler, Blackman. Say what you will, ladies and gentlemen. QB1, regardless of what you say, is going to be James Blackman. Okay, James Blackman will be leading the Miami. I can't even say that with a straight face. I know. Listen, guys. Obviously, Tua's gonna be QB1. He's been QB1 since the second he was born. It's you know. So there you go. QB1 is Tua. QB2. This is where it actually gets very interesting. So Skyler didn't have the greatest game last time. He kind of stumbled in the first preseason game. Stumbled in the last preseason game. Had a really good second season, second preseason game. So a lot of inconsistencies. If you guys have been a friend of the channel, if you support it, you already know exactly what I want from Skylar Thompson. Not QB1. I see him as being our map more of the future, our backup quarterback for the next 10 years. Solid backup, consistent. I think he's still developing. Guys, he's a 7th round pick with playoff experience. Okay, so and like really crucial moments. You know what I mean? So I don't want to give away that experience that he's got, or even not take that into consideration. Okay, as far as who I think QB2 is going to be, because we didn't see much of him, I think the understanding is still that Mike White is going to be QB2. That's pretty much it. Um, the that's how I have it. Now, Blackman might make the practice squad. I know we brought him back again. Um, but as far as the actual, we will carry 3. In my opinion, we will carry 3 quarterbacks again this year. I know some people are gonna say, I don't know, Skylar might make practice squad. No way. I'm telling you right now, that man makes it to the practice squad, he will be snatched up. There is no if, ands, or buts. No if, ands, or buts. That man will be snatched up. Therefore, I don't think he's gonna make the practice squad. He will be 53-man person, and I mean that's who I have so far. I don't foresee him like it makes zero sense to me as far as who you would think. Sorry, who you would think would actually make it. Just no way. There's literally no way that yeah, no way that man gets it out. Stays in this team in the practice squad. So I do think that they're gonna go ahead and keep him as far as that. Let's see here. Mm, again, putting just finalizing some stuff I gotta do for. So there you go. Now, let's talk about the O line, guys. We already know this has been a problem for us. This team really believes in their O line players they have, you know what I mean? And I'm so excited. With that being said, let's talk about this O line, man. It is rough out here, okay? It is rough out here for this O line. But I will tell you this, they're not as bad as most people think, I feel like they fly under the weather. or radar. Radar, right? That's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Sorry about that, guys. I need to take care of that. Yeah, I do think so too, Ryan AP. Let me see what y'all got before I get into the O line here. Michelle, we keeping three because of the emergency QB rule this season. Yeah, we're gonna have to, and we already know that our starting quarterback has a propensity to miss a few games every single season, so we have to have someone else. Key Sky is number two. That's what I would want, but conventional wisdom would say he's number three. Just saying. Good morning, Michael. Okay. Good morning. Miss Finn, sorry I'm late. Had to resubscribe since I'm not allowed to be part. I nope, nope. You're not getting me this time. Not getting me this time. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Bold prediction: we cut Apple with an agreement that we will resign him when we IL. Ramsey reason being Apple doesn't need to clear waivers. Hey, I wouldn't do that. Greg Neal, good morning. How you doing? How you doing, Miss Fins? What's up? What's Wilkinson? Oh, we're gonna discuss Wilkes. Uh, what Wilkins? I think you mean Wilkins. Yeah, we'll discuss him in a little bit later. But I'm talking defense in a minute. I want to focus on the offense real quick. Good morning, Dolphinaire, to you too, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Skyler. Skyler shouldn't even be the number two on an XFL team, let alone the NFL. Oh gosh, that's not true, man. Okay, that's not true. But that's your opinion, and I respect it, noob. I respect it. Okay. Now, let's go over the 53-man roster for the O line. Who do you think we're gonna keep? Who's gonna be stable? So, as far as the actual O line, we know we have on the left side we got Teron Armstead listed. They have Liam Eichenberg. They also have a center, Connor Williams. Right guard, Robert Hunt. Right tackle, Austin Jackson. That's your starting lineup. It's been the same starting lineup all off season, guys. Why? Because they truly believe in their O line. Now, Connor Williams hasn't played pretty much the entire off season, and it shows with these high snaps. Robert Hunt has been the most consistent player, and the one that I'm like, I'm not worried about my right guard position at all, which is why he's going to cost us some money to keep. Tehran is Tehran, so obviously he'll be good. Realistically speaking, it's going to be Liam and Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg are not horrible players or picks. They just really need to continue to develop, which is what the team is focusing on. So let me tell you who I think is going to actually make the team. And guess what? You also have Kendall Lamb, Isaiah Wynn, you have Feeney, you got Cotton and Robert Jones. Yeah. As far as them making it, look, you're gonna have about 8 or 9, realistically speaking, O line players. Why? Because you're gonna need them. Let's not pretend like like we don't need them. We absolutely need them. And the ones that I think is gonna make it as backups, Kendall Lamb, in my opinion. I think I say Win might etch out Liam Eichenberg for the starter role and make Liam the backup. Free, we have him as our backup center, even though it almost feels like we don't even have a center. But I think Feeney will also make it as well. Backup two would be Jones, I guess, as far as for Robert Hunt. And we really don't have anybody that much that would be a clear right tackle, except Austin Jackson. So those are the ones that I think are going to actually make the team. Armstead, Lamb, Eichenberg, Wynn, Williams, Feeney, Hunt, Austin Jackson, and Cotton. I think will also be a backup. Let me see here. Yeah, because Robert Jones right now is on IR, so that's a bummer. It looks like he's on IR for 9 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's what I have as far as our depth chart is concerned, and whom I believe is going to make this team. Okay, just say, just say. Let's see here. Now I know that there's some other players, some other guys that oh, but Miss Fizz, you forgot about this guy and that guy, blah blah blah. No, I didn't. It's called practice squad, people. So that's what we're focusing on right now. Um, yeah, that's what we're focusing on right now. Let's see here, and that's pretty much it. That's the offense right then and there. That's what I believe is going to be making the team, and we should be seeing some good things from them. As far as the defense, oof, this one you can tell. This costs a riff raff. As far as defensive end, ladies and gentlemen, listed right now, we have Zach Seiler. Yes, I said it, Zach. Mother blipping Seiler. Okay, this is as part of us our defensive line. You got Wilkins, you got Seiler, you got Raekwon Davis, you got Deshaun Ham. Okay, those those are the main guys that you're gonna see here uh, on this team. As far as whom we think is going to be, excuse me, consistent, that's who I'm going with right now. That's absolutely who I'm going with right now, whom I do believe is going to be making this defensive line. Oh, bummer. That's who I have right now. As far as nose tackle, Raekwon Davis, obviously, and Peely. To me, Billy, man, I saw that guy in person. He's been doing pretty good. I don't know about you, but he's been doing pretty good. I'm very happy for him. Very happy for him. And we saw that Siler finally got an extension, 3 years, $38.2 million, $20 million fully guaranteed. So congratulations, sir. You're gonna be here for the next 3 years. He's not gonna cost us that much this year in cap, I'm sure, because that's what you're able to do when you extend a player is to finagle the money and move the money around. So that's essentially what you got going on with you. Then we have the the linebackers. Okay, who do you think is gonna make it? Who's not gonna make it? Okay, so I personally got you got Chubbs as your edges, I guess. You got Chubbs, you got Phillips. Those are your 1-2 punch. Okay, those are your 1-2 punch. Um, with Chubbs and Phillips, yeah, they essentially kind of bookend everything. Obviously, as far as linebackers, we got David Long Jr., we got Jerome Baker, we got Van Ginkel, Duke Riley, Channing Tindall, we got Malik Reed, um, AJ Johnson, Aubrey Miller, we've got Gude, Mitchell Nelson, or Garrett Nelson. So we do have several players whom I believe is going to make it as far as linebackers. Yeah, whether there's outside or inline, you got Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, David Long, Chubb, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people are going to say that, what's his name? Mm, Ogba. That he's a tradable piece, I agree 100%. Especially with his contract, he's a tradable piece. We don't know exactly what Jonathan Taylor is gonna take a look at. Obviously, this is gonna change everything, but it is possible that he could be traded. So, but I do believe he's done enough to be able to be part of the team, which is why I have him there. I've got Akba, Phillips, Chubb, Malik Reed, and AVG as your edges. I've got your inside linebacker as Jerome Baker, David Long Jr., Duke Riley, Shannon Tyndall. I already told you your defensive line: Christian Wilkins, Siler, Raekwon, and Hand. Your corners, your secondary, my lord. Obviously, Xavier Howard's going to be one of them on the other side. We technically have Jalen Ramsey, even though he's on IR because of his injury and recovery time. So you got Xavier Howard, you got Jalen Ramsey. As far as your safeties, your strong safety and free safety, you got Brandon Jones and Javon Holland. Um, what was I gonna say? Those are the main guys that you're gonna be seeing. Now, uh, yeah, I do think that it's gonna be as far as the inline linebackers, inside linebackers. Baker, that man's got people don't like him, but he's still gonna be playing here. Duke Riley as well, and David Long. Um, Tyndall is still developing in my eyes, but I think he's going to be developing good for what we need. As far as your cornerbacks in your secondary, you got Howard, you got Ramsey, you've got Cater Kohu, who's your listed as your nickel corner. Now, Nick Needham has been your nickel, but he got injured, so right now Cater Kohu's taking his spot. In the meantime, because he's currently in the pup list, the physically unable to perform list. So because of that, um, Cater kind of goes over him. As far as the rest is concerned, I know you guys know that we still got Cam Smith, we still got Eli Apple, we got Noah Igbenagany. You guys may not like it, but Noah has been actually doing pretty well. He has been doing pretty well. I do believe that as far as who makes the team, now I would have said this is sound really bad, but uh, I almost don't even want to say it because it just sounds really bad. But um, let's go with just the chorus. Like it or not, I think Noah's gonna make this team. I think he's been given the opportunity to continue to develop, just like AJ and Eichenberg. So I've got Noah making this team. That's whom I believe is gonna make it. Other than that, everybody else is probably gonna go practice squad. Like there's just no, I don't foresee anyone else really making it. So you got Howard, Kohu, Cam Smith, Iggy, maybe Eli Apple will probably be your other corner, uh, as far as that's concerned. And then obviously Nick Needham as your corner nickel. As far as the, let me see. Okay, okay. Sorry. Let me. Oh, anyhow, um, that's whom I have right here. Oh man, what the? Sorry guys, my computer's acting a little wonky. Give me a second here, because I want to make sure that I got it. While my computer is essentially resetting. What is this? Sorry guys. Mm, Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, thank you. So that's what I have so far. Good morning, Manny B. Welcome, JC. JC, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Appreciate you. Ramsey Ramsey is gonna be on IR, guys, but it still takes up a roster spot, so we have to put it. We have to put him in there. So, did I do that? Oops, my bad. uh, Luch, welcome. Good morning. Gesicki looks weird in those Pats color. I know. I don't even want to think about it. I think he will make the team, Ryan. Just saying. Oh, Miss Phins, where's your Gesicki past jersey? Nowhere, because I already have three of his jerseys. Dolphins jersey, and no way I'm buying anything else. So definitely not going to um what do you call it? Um buy him buy his jersey like that. No, not gonna happen. Uh okay. What else? What else? What else? Okay. So that's pretty much it. Let me go back to my list because if I don't keep track of it, man, it's 53 people. Okay, so I gotta make sure that I'm keeping my count right. Mm-mm. Okie dokie. There you go. Let's keep it L moving. Look, Zach Seiler getting his contract, does that mean that Christian Wilkins is not going to get a contract? Absolutely not. All it means is that they're solidifying at least one player in that unit and that defensive line for the next 3 years. That's what you're getting. Okay? We got Raquan Davis and now we have Zach Seiler. It is what it is. Christian Wilkins is still our biggest tradable chip, which is why I could see them maybe taking a little bit extra time before they make their final decision because they have a number that they want to be able to give him. He has a number that he wants to get. Everybody always brings up the fact that he lacks the sacks, but it's a real thing. So Christian Wilkins, he's gonna get paid either by the Dolphins or by another team. Period. No matter what, we know this. But is Is Siler's contract gonna affect that? No, not. I don't think so at all. Because remember, it's gonna be an extension, and they both make each other good. They both make each other good. The kind of how Byron Jones and Xavier Howard both made each other good. That's essentially what you have with Wilkins and Siler, because you had Byron Jones taking up all the number ones, X taking up all the number twos, and you know when he was opportunistic, he would get those picks. Why? Because the number Byron Jones was locking down those number ones. The same thing with Christian Wilkins and with Siler. So you can expect that's why they kind of feed off each other. I want to see them both in the same team, but that's entirely up to the staff and him, depending on what he's truly looking for. But I think that I'm not gonna be surprised if he gets traded. Not at all. So far, I have him in this team. I have him making this team and getting his extension because I still think that they can make that extension. It's just going to be how are they going to finagle the money, and I'm not worried about that because Greer is actually pretty good at doing that. So one thing he's pretty good at doing. So That I can. I'm actually looking forward to that. So I'm not worried about that in particular. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. JC just kicked in this place, and oh my God, it's literally hitting me directly, and it's like I'm freezing right now. Okay, let's talk about our safeties, ladies and gentlemen. We already know Javon Holland. Come on, man, it's not even a question. Javon Holland's our number one safety. We know this. Brandon Jones, opposite to him, is our strong safety. Sorry, Brandon Jones. Oh my God, I'm just so many Joneses. I'm so used to it. So that's your one-two punch when it comes to safety as our backup. We also have obviously Deshaun Elliott, who we picked up out of Detroit. I like Deshaun Elliott. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. Is he as good as Brandon Jones? He's got more experience. I expected slightly big, more from him, but to me, he's going to be a solid backup. And then obviously Elijah Campbell, who was the other individual whom I believe is making this team. Now, with this injury, you guys know that we have the IR, pup list, all them lists, and blah, blah, blah. Up to that point of the injury from last night, Elijah Campbell was doing really good in the team, and I still think that he could. But by him being injured, it kind of opens it up for someone like, let's say, a Justin Bethel or even a Trill Williams to get in there. You know what I mean? And that's what you also want to take into consideration when you're making your list for that 53-man roster. So as far as both of them, yeah, we have to see. We also have Cam Smith. So I messed that up. Sorry, not Cam Smith. My apologies. We also have Verone McKinley the third. We got Bryce Thompson and Kadron Smith. But I think those are going to be practice squad players, guys. It's not going to be actually part of the 53-man roster. The four that for sure will make it, it's in my opinion, Holland, Jones, Deshaun, and Campbell, even with that minor injury as well. And that's your 53-man roster. I don't think I missed any. I mean, do I really need to go over special teams? Fine, I'll go over it. Your kicker, we already know who the kicker's gonna be. That's Jason Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. Your punter is gonna be Jake Bailey, and your long snapper Blake Ferguson. Which, by the way, guys, not yesterday, Saturday at the game, at the end of the game, when they go back to the tunnel, I actually got to talk to Blake Ferguson, and I give him a shout out in his show because he's got a show named after the snap with his brother, who plays for the Bills. So I'm like, hey, shout out to you and your brother. I know you guys got your show on YouTube. Me too. And I'm like, please subscribe. So hopefully he'll subscribe. If not, at least check it out. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty dope. But those are gonna be your guys. I mean, there's no other. Like that's weird. Like, why would there be anybody else besides those three guys? So that's my 53-man roster, ladies and gentlemen. That's whom I believe is going to make the team so far as what we're expecting. Now, as far as let's go with our practice squad players. Of course. Okay. I think Verone McKinley is still gonna be here, practice squad. I think that Trill is also gonna be in the practice squad. Remember, he just came off a major injury that took him out last year. I still think he's gonna be needing to get game day ready. Technically, this would be his rookie year, So I think that's probably why he's still in the practice squad and why he's still getting game day ready. So we can fully test his injury and make sure that he's good to go. That's whom I have as um practice squad right now. Give me 1 second. Mm, no, that's not it. What am I looking for? Okay. Hey, good morning, Manny B. Welcome. I didn't think about it, but maybe he could be into safety, been thrown into safety, but we'll have to see, honestly. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to see as far as him being safety. Um, that's who I that's whom I have as my practice squad. I think so. And I think it's more because of that injury. I know he was last year listed as a corner, but I think more because of that injury. That's probably why. Um, even though even though we might think it's something else, safety for sure. And I think he's gonna make it. Now, as far as let's see here. Okay. Guys, do I need to say it? Come on. Is Henry Gesicki supposed to be better than Henry Smith? I think so, Joe. I think that's what they're banking on. So we'll see. Elliot is mid. Good morning, Adam. Welcome. Yeah. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I get it. Sometimes it can get rough. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna have to deal with players that you really wanted on this team and they end up going somewhere else. But it's okay. It's all about the logo, you know what I mean? It's all about the team. So we're gonna keep trucking, and that's what we're gonna have right now. So I got McKinley making it practice squad. I got Keydron Smith making it as well as a safety, and obviously Trill. We also have um Keon Crossan, who is going to be a key vital depth piece um for our team over here. I'm very excited about it. I think Brandon Pilly, I think he's gonna end up making it because I don't think I had him. Peter Pilly. Oh, oh, sorry. I did have Pilly come through. It's who did I not have Pilly? Mm, I think it was Jalen Taiwan. I don't think he's gonna make the team, in my opinion. Mitchell Agude is gonna make it. Audrey Miller, Bryce Thompson. That's whom I have. Ryan Hayes. Look, we're gonna carry at least three offensive linemen, okay, as backups because we already know we need them. So that's not even gonna be like a thing. Tanner Connor, like I said, I don't think he's gonna make this team at all. But if he does, it would be practice squad, and that's like the only time that I give him, and that's only because they wasted a draft pick on him. So that's why. Cedric I need a second here. Ogbuehi, I think he's also gonna make a practice squad because we're gonna need some depth in this online stat. Same thing with Ryan Hayes, and both of those guys are listed as backups to none other than Austin Jackson. So yeah, we're gonna definitely need those guys for sure. Okay, let me see here. And then as far as the rest is concerned, like I told you, I think Craycraft is gonna be in the practice squad, and I think he's gonna be protected because I think he's gonna end up being Easy E before Craycraft, in my opinion. I think so too. Same thing with Gaskins. I think Gaskins, like I said before, we expect him to still be part of the team, obviously, but understand if he wants to take his talent elsewhere. I think him and Brooks are both gonna make it because we're really focusing on having a balanced offense. And because of that, it's what, three wide receivers and one tight end. That's what we're gonna be running essentially as our offense. So Craycraft, Braylon Sanders is the other one that I think is gonna make it as well. Um, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it just really depends on it. Now, I'm not saying that Davis won't make the team. I just don't I don't know if he had done enough prior to really make himself stand out. And that's just how I feel. I don't think that he did. So it's gonna be good luck to him. So definitely good luck to him. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I have as practice squad and as your 53 man roster. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think because I think there's obviously gonna be making some moves. There's gonna be some players being obviously cut. There's gonna be some players that are gonna be picked up. We might get maybe one or two depth pieces, honestly, that get cut from other teams at most, in my opinion, like we normally do. So I expect that as well. As far as the rest is concerned, we gotta see. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now, Adam, good morning, Adam. You asked Manny B, do you think this is a Super Bowl roster? Lord, I think this is at minimum a AFC Championship roster. At minimum, I don't foresee this being anything less than AFC Championship. It it would have to be something super major for it not to make it happen. JC, good morning to you, JC. Thought I saw you. How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Much appreciate you for coming through. You know what I mean? Crazy Dolphin, welcome, welcome. Um, I just think it's like it or not, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I mean. That's you can like it or not, but at the end of the day, you know, Keon Crossan is the fastest player on our D. Is he, Greg? If he is, hey, that's good for him. But Vic Fangio, and I guess I had to listen to this because I was very I was upset. He spent money to come up here, still here, and that's the performance that I get to see. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I wanted to see. Even if you're evaluating players, you don't go out there to not win. Like what? It's the whole point of being in sports and the competitiveness. You want to be able to be someone else. And that's essentially how I have it. So, yeah. Adam says, Miss Fitz, if we lose just one of the following players to injury, do you still think we're a championship roster? Tua, Hill, Waddle. If we lose any of those, AFC championship roster, see, my team tells me that it's all about next man up. Next man up, next man up, next man up. Well, if we lose Tua, next man up. So far, so on and so forth. Same thing with the running backs, same thing, everything by commission essentially. So that's what you're gonna be expecting and what you're gonna be seeing. But I still think I still think we can pull it off. So I'm not too upset about that. Um, let me see here. Oh, good morning, Shake Money. Yeah, good morning, Crazy Dolphin. Shake Money, good morning. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. I know you were out very late last night, so thank you. Okay. Let me see. And what's that? I think there was some. Oh, obviously, the last thing we want to talk about, because I just want to throw it in here because I know everybody's still thinking about it. Is Jonathan Taylor still a Dolphin? Is he still gonna be a Dolphin? Look, ladies and gentlemen, God, this one's for real. The Indianapolis Colts are in a predicament of having a player who does not want to play for them. Whatever personal reason it is, he does not want to play as a Colt. Period. It would be, and they hold all the cards, whether he likes it or not. They hold all the cards, all of them. But it would make zero sense to me that they don't trade him because I really don't think he's gonna end up playing. I don't, and he would sit out or sit in, I guess. So he doesn't, kind of like how Deshaun did 2 years ago. I'm like, hey, I'm here. You can't. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Essen- Essentially, shout out to Marshawn Lynch. He's just there to not get fined. I think that Jonathan Taylor is gonna say the same thing. If they don't trade him, he's gonna sit in, be available, but not be available. You know what I mean? In my opinion, from what I hear, from what I read, you guys have seen it. There's no other team right now that has a better offer than we do. They know it. We know it. It honestly just goes down to egos. Whose ego is going to actually out ego the other person? It's kind of dumb, but the owner, the owner. That's the owner. So yeah, and I still think that we could get him. It looks like they're trying to get a haul for him. Bunch of draft picks for Jonathan Taylor. The thing is, it's a diminishing position. Although he is a top 10, top 15 player in the entire league out of 1,600 players. That's pretty good. Um, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like it or not, this is gonna go down to the wire. We already know the deadline is it's tomorrow at 4 p.m. for all teams to cut from 90 to 20 to 53 man rosters. Then they have to pick their 16 players, which, by the way, they changed it. Thankfully, we have 16 players we can have in practice squad versus the 10 that we normally used to get. And all this kind of changed with COVID. You can have 6 players that could be veterans or that have been in the league for several years. 10 players must have been either a year or under. So essentially, rookies or those who just were in just got out of the rookie year, those are the players that you could put, and there's 10 spots for those, and then you have 6 spots that are just for anybody that has, regardless of their experience level. So that's the new rule that they are implementing, and they want to keep open. So that's actually pretty cool. With that being said, though, um, this will still put a little strain on the team. And I told you, if the Dolphins get Jonathan Taylor, that running back room instantly becomes number one. I mean, I can't think of any other running back room that wouldn't be number one. You already got Mostert, who's solid. You got Achman, who's solid. You got um, A-Chain, who's solid. So yeah, I'm reading what you guys are reading. I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and it's still available for us, guys. Jonathan Taylor is still available for the Dolphins, and it's going to be very interesting who caves for. They're playing chicken. One of them is gonna cave in. But it's funny. Last night on TFTG, I was saying, I'm like, this was after hours, where nobody's seeing and it's not recording. I'm like, they said the same thing with Deshaun, and we were one lawsuit away from getting him, and it didn't happen. So Miami is not afraid of walking out. So it's a fine line. Like I said, that's why I said Eagles. It's a fine line that Ursay's playing by taking his sweet time because he wants to get a haul for Jonathan Taylor. Deservingly so, I get it, for the type of player that he is, but there's only so much teams are willing to pay. And I don't think that the Dolphins are getting fleeced. I don't think he'll allow that. So, hey man, if you want to at least get some money before this man literally runs out or get some picks, you might want to do yourself a favor and, I don't know, trade the man already. Because this Jonathan Taylor watch, it hurts. My God, it hurts. Because you're like, oh, hello. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have people, oof, man. The fan base is united in wanting to have Jonathan Taylor. But like I said, and I'm going to stand my ground, I've said this consistently. It's a position of want, not need. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need him. We want him. But I will say this: Lewis did bring this point up to me, and I'm like, "Ooh, you got me there." The reason why you would say Jonathan Taylor is a need is because of the type of player that he is. He can win you an extra game or two. He can literally. So let's say if you, as your floor, have the team going 9-8, Jonathan Taylor could be that deciding factor that can get you to that 10, 11 game. You see what I mean? He himself. I mean, Tyreek, based on the statistics or whatever, put us in that extra game category. With Taylor, I think the same thing would happen. Good morning, Crazy Dolphins. So far as Davis injury, he's still in concussion protocol. They're still taking a look at him and making sure that he gets enough evaluation and that um that everything's okay with him. One good thing is that on Saturday and even yesterday, they mentioned that his extremities he was moving, which is a good thing. No paralysis or anything like that, which is what you want. And as far as the headache, it is probably concussion protocol for him too, and that's what we're gonna have to wait and see. Okay. We'll see. Oh my God, this is cold. Miss Phins, week one Chargers 42, Dolphins 10. Hey, thank you for the 10 points for the Chargers, man. I appreciate you. Chargers are gonna have to keep it, gonna have to keep it interesting. So them getting 10 points, I get it. I get it. And I appreciate you with our Dolphins win. Mike, okay. Good morning, Lance. Welcome. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As far as my pleasure, Crazy Dolphin. As far you didn't get notified, this is why, guys, I asked if y'all can do me a favor. Keep hitting that like button, keep sharing, because the YouTube notifications, they don't always go out. And that's such a bummer. It really is a bummer. But I want to be able to go ahead and cut it off here because first of all, I gotta go to work, guys. But it's too much to talk about. I wanted to get the 53-man roster prediction prior to all these extra cuts. Keep an eye out on the trades, guys. If you get an idea, there's gonna be some major trades going on today for sure. and a lot of wheeling, a lot of dealing. Will Taylor be one of those? Ooh, next time on. Just sorry, just if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, they always get really animated for, for like the next episode. Oh my god. Uh, mhm. I see you, Michael K. Well, you know what? You keep your little thumbs subscribing and unsubscribing, sir. At least it's a good exercise. Oh, Baruch Hashem. Oh, Baruch Hashem. Yes, 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 yes. Got some good news. I got some good news. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I just really I needed this, guys. Okay. Anyways, let me finish it out. With Dragon Ball Z, when they're cutting, they're doing the cut scenes for the next episode. They're always like super dramatic. So yeah, and work related, guys. Work related. I thought one of my events was getting canceled. Because again, I'm in Jacksonville, and thank God it isn't. So at least so far, I don't know if you know there's a hurricane coming. Apparently, I didn't. Thankfully, my father called me and kind of gave me a heads up. Thank God. Thank you. Uh, but at least, definitely, at least, we'll be able to go ahead and still do it. But yes, guys, listen, Jonathan Taylor is still a viable possibility. And this too, this is another thing I wanted you to think about too, guys, because I don't want you to think that, oh, it's one or the other. We can still, because we got Siler signed, we can still keep Wilkins and sign him too for an extension and still bring Jonathan Taylor. That is still possible, mathematically speaking, as far as when it comes to um, the cap. When it comes to the cap, it's still possible. Michael K, thank you so much. Just switched over to give you another unworthy like. Dude, you are gold. Oh, mwah, thank you. Thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you, you too much. Hey, Los Dolphin fanatics, listen. Iggy's gonna make this team whether you like it or not, man. I'm telling you, he's been getting better. Yes, I know he got a little burnt this past game. On occasion he does get burned, but overall he's developing, guys. He's only 23 years old. He should have gotten drafted this year. There is an upside to him, and I'll tell you this: under Vic Fangio, because we're more coverage than we are man, I think this is exactly the system that will help him. So that's what I'm going with right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm going with right now, and I think it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. I'm super stoked, and this is honestly the next couple of days. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't done so already, follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna try to keep up with all the breaking news. And the easiest way for me to do is through Twitter. I'm gonna try to retweet and get you whatever updates and trades that have to do with the Dolphins, because I think that it's going to be very very active today. Even for us, it's gonna be very active today. Um, but yeah, that's it, guys. Again, thank you so much for coming through. This is Miss Fins. I am Miss Fins. You guys are always the best. I am blessed, honestly. I want to take a moment to say this real quick. Let me take this off. Guys, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Last night we had uh, uh, I don't want to say like a content creator meeting on TFTG, but we essentially did. Trying to give you guys an idea of what content creators have to deal with, and what you guys do by simply hitting the like button. that right there, it's not just validation that at least we're doing something good for the community, but also it helps out the algorithm, and that's what gets our content out to more people. So I just want to say thank you so much to you guys, because without you guys there is no Miss Fins. This is our show, this is what we do, and you see me, I'm traveling for us. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And again, we're gonna go Monday through Friday, baby. So I'm already working on tomorrow's. I'm already working on tomorrow's show. I was gonna start Monday through Friday next week, just so you guys know. Until I realized, oh my god, you completely eluded me that the 53 cuts was, and I knew it too. And it's just we're gonna make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we are back to Monday. I gotta change my little thingy down there. We are back to Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna be getting great, consistent content from Miss Fins. I'm gonna be bringing again some more guests to the show. We're gonna be doing our motivational Monday, our tour Tuesday, our AFC East Wednesday. We do our throwback slash everything Thursday, and then our game preview on Fridays. We're also gonna also continue our series year two of League Wide Wednesdays with myself in color. So definitely check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. And I might even throw in an extra segment too because I'm working with one of the Bills content creators, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But guys, thank you so much for everything again. This is Miss Fins. I'm Miss Fins. Do me a favor, hit that like button. As I always say, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Guys, if you want to donate to the channel, even a buckaroo, it helps out the channel, okay? So you see the Cash App, $ Miss Fins, MISSPHINS. And every video description, you see it, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, even the little scrolly thingy at the bottom. Even like all even the giveaways, I know a lot of people, they raffle off stuff to try to raise funds for the channel. I'm trying not to do that. Maybe eventually I might have to do it, but I'm really trying to do all this for you guys. But it is an expense, so I really want to be able to continue to give away stuff like that cool jersey for two and some other stuff. Look, I got this from one of the coaches from the game. So like I don't know, maybe I might keep it or I might give it away. I got Ogba's headband, you know what I mean? So a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to get for you guys. And if you guys continue to be with me, we'll make it happen for sure. But again, guys, thank you for coming through. Hit that like button still, and for more next time. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Take care, guys. Bye bye.